Now, I know how difficult it is to keep up with all the fragrances that keep coming out on TikTok Shop because it's endless. Like every day there seems to be something new. And everyone hypes up every fragrance that comes out for some reason. Everything's amazing, and it just can't be true. Not everything can be true. But I have done a lot of shopping on TikTok Shop. I'll admit it. I don't buy much, but when I do, it comes from TikTok Shop. So I want to show you my top 5 current favorite TikTok Shop fragrance purchases. That was a mouthful. I have a good variety of fragrances here, a good variety of price points, and I'm confident that out of the 5 that we're going to talk about today, there's got to be at least 1 or 2 that you might resonate with, that you think will be amazing as well, and maybe you'll try and you'll love it too. So let's get into it. So I have to start off with this one first. This is called Caramel Toast from Stays, and why I have to start off with this one is because of the bottle. It's literally a piece of French toast. Are you kidding me? But more than anything, I have never smelled a fragrance like this in my life. I have never smelled anything like it. I will say that I don't necessarily think that this is going to be a scent profile for everyone because it's pretty intense. It's very gourmand. It's a very strong scent. So let's start breaking it down. So the top notes in this are going to be coffee, chocolate, and pineapple. Yeah. So with that first spray, you get a real chocolatey coffee with a slightly fruity vibe to it. That pineapple kind of cuts through the heaviness a little bit to kind of balance it out. But this is very gourmand, 100%. Like, it's very rich. It's sweet, but not in like a weird candy bar way. Like, it doesn't smell like you're just dumping chocolate on yourself because like I wouldn't like that, and I don't think you would either. But that chocolate note is beautiful. I think it's really more than anything because the coffee. I just feel like that combo and that pairing just kind of bounces together really, really well, and it's really, really nice. The middle notes in this are going to be milk, vanilla, sweet notes, apple, and pear. And this is really where it turns into kind of like a creamy, milky moment. It almost gives it like a pastry or like a hot chocolate latte kind of vibe. It's delicious. I'm not even joking. It's so good. But the base notes are going to be vanilla, caramel with a slight toast accord. This is really what gives it that edible, bakery kind of dessert vibe more than anything. But overall, this is a very cohesive fragrance. All the notes pair together so well, and it's just such a strong fragrance and has such a specific point of view. I'll tell you that much. If you want something that smells exactly how I described it, it's this. It's confectionery perfection in my opinion. Say that 5 times fast. Next up, we're going to switch to something completely different. This is called Midnight in Arabia by Oluk Perfumes. This quickly became one of my favorite fragrances in my entire 300 plus fragrance collection. And I bought this for like $18. Like usually it ranges from like 14 to like 22, 23. I got this at that time for like, I think it was 18. The top notes in this are going to be kind of like warm spices with like a slight citrus aspect. At your first spray, it's very like cologne vibes. It's a little spicy, a little sweet, kind of sharp, but in a good way. The middle notes are going to be rose, oud, and some other slightly smoky florals. This is like the core of the perfume. It gives you that dark rose, that smoky kind of wood, incense kind of vibe, but it's delicious. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Now in the base notes, you're going to have amber, musk, and a little bit of woods. This is where the dry down really hits you. It gives you that deep, warm, almost sensual trail to the fragrance, and it's perfect. Absolutely perfection. Out of all the Middle Eastern fragrances I have, I would consider this one of the most luxurious smelling fragrances out of all of them. And that says a lot because I got a lot of them. This, to me, I can't imagine anyone having complaints with it because it's perfection. Next up, we have a fragrance from Stays. This is their Smell Rio number 606 Pressable Strawberry Gummies. I was so excited because I'm pretty sure this was the first fragrance I ever tried from them, and I always had heard great things about them. And so to have my very first fragrance be perfect, I was stoked. Oh my gosh, this is strawberry sweet gummy candy overload. This is perfect. It is so sweet. This would be great for spring as well. This is a beautiful, sweet, decadent fragrance for sure. In the opening, you're going to get strawberry and just really fruity accords. You basically get that like explosive strawberry effect the moment you spray it. The middle notes are going to be jasmine, marshmallow, gummy candy accord, and tonka bean. And basically that's where you're getting that like fluffy, sugary vibe from that really helps to kind of support that really intense strawberry explosion that you get at your first spray. And then your base notes are going to be vanilla, musk, and amber. This is going to help to pull it all together, kind of keep it grounded. And as it dries down, you're going to lose a little bit of that sweetness and that juiciness from the strawberry and have something that's a little bit more mellowed and calm and a little bit more kind of gourmand, if you will. It basically gives you like that sweet, creamy candy with like a slight musky base in the best way possible. Next up, we have one of my all-time favorite fragrances. This is called His Confession by Lattafa. The bottle is so insane. Like, this is just next level. This is incredible. I've said it every single time I've talked about this fragrance, that it belongs in a museum because, like, what do you even mean? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? The top notes are going to be mandarin, cinnamon, and lavender. You get a nice fresh citrus, a little bit of warm spice. It's very aromatic and it works together really nicely. The middle notes are going to pull a little bit more iris and benzoin. This is basically where you get a slightly powdery, slightly woodsy scent to it. There's also a little bit of sweetness, which I love as well. Now the base notes are going to be vanilla, tonka bean, amber, incense, cedarwood, and patchouli. And this is really where you're going to get that warm, creamy, kind of slightly masculine dry down. And that's what I really love from this fragrance the most. I really like that slightly spicy, but slightly citrusy opening. But after it really dries down, what I get that lingers is that masculine kind of cologne vibe, which I love so much. It just smells so sexy. Deadass, this fragrance brings me more compliments than the majority of the fragrances in my collection combined. And last but certainly not least, this is called Lucky Charm from Fable Beauty. I love this fragrance so very much. I'm obsessed with Fable Beauty, and they also have a sister brand or a brother brand called Fable Beard Co. But they have a ton of different products. And what's so fun about this brand, a couple things. So first off, the designs, the characters on the front of all their products is not AI. These are all hand-drawn characters. And people collect their products for the characters, not just because they're amazing products, but because of the character. So when a new character comes out, that means a new scent profile came out. So if there's a new scent profile, there's a new character. You get it. So it's super, super exciting. It's a fun concept. I love that. I've never seen that before, but this is sweet, juicy overload. I love this so much. And you really don't need a lot. So like, it doesn't even look like I put that much of a dent into it, but I've been wearing this just about every day for like maybe 2.5 weeks. It is so delicious. As soon as you spray it, you get an immediate, intense, very vibrant burst of like a candied cherry. For me, I still will say it every time that I get a little bit of watermelon, but it really is just like a really sweet, pungent cherry. The middle notes in this are just going to be some soft florals, and that's really where you get kind of like that creamy base that pulls it together and makes it kind of smell like a sweet cherry dessert, basically. Now, once this dries down, the base notes are going to pull through our vanilla and light musk, and this really gives you that cherry vanilla cream kind of skin scent moment. It's beautiful. It's super wearable. Honestly, I would wear this year round, no problem, but especially in spring and summer because it is so bright and juicy and delicious. I feel like it's super appropriate for that time of the year. But for me, I live in Florida, so I get to wear fragrances like this year round and it like makes sense, you know? Overall, I showed you guys 5 different fragrances that I think are all completely unique, very, very different. Very fun. Like the bottles are amazing. The price points across all these are fantastic. This one is just crazy. It's crazy. It's like beast mode intense. I love it. I'm definitely confident that out of the 5 that we talked about today, there's got to be at least 1 or 2 that I think you guys will like. Again, I bought all of these fragrances myself, of course. I buy a lot of my fragrances. Majority of my fragrances I buy myself, but a lot of them I buy from TikTok. And I just want to throw out a little disclaimer. If you're going to buy fragrances, especially on TikTok Shop, make sure you're buying them from the actual brand, verified brand themselves, or an authorized retailer from the brands, because the last thing I'd want you to do, and I don't want to do it either, is to buy a product thinking it's coming from the brand or an authorized representative, and it's not, and then you get something that doesn't even smell like the way it's supposed to smell because they did something weird. And people on the internet can be weird. If I had to pick my top favorite out of the 5 of these, I really don't think I could, because all 5 of them are so different and so unique. The best when it comes to being like super fruity, I would say, is probably Lucky Charm. This is incredible, but the pressable strawberry gummies is like a close tie with that one. But then you have caramel toast, which is like this confectionery, sweet, creamy, caramel, coffee, chocolate. It's intense. It's amazing. Midnight in Arabia is just like this beautiful, sexy, slightly spicy, slightly musky cologne vibe, which is amazing. Then His Confession is its own little sweet, bright burst of cologne vibe perfection. They're all just so unique. They truly are. But I really think that you would be happy with probably any of these 5 if I'm being so honest. If you have any recommendations for fragrances that you yourself have purchased off of TikTok Shop and you've absolutely loved it, please let me know in the comments. And I also want to challenge you, if you have purchased anything on TikTok Shop, fragrance-wise, that was just absolute trash, people hyped it up, you got and you're like, disgusting. Yes, scent is subjective, but still, if you thought it was disgusting, I want to know about that too. But that's all I have for you in today's top 5 fragrance purchases from TikTok Shop. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up down below. Don't forget to click that big red subscribe button so you can join my YouTube family, and I'll see you all in the next one.